Hello, I'm Mark W., and welcome to part 2 of my playthrough of A Legend of the Red Dragon tournament that I played and recorded on the Realm of Serion BBS in April through July 2020. I am narrating this now in July 2021 for your entertainment, and maybe even for other Lord players to learn from, or at least to see the game played from another point of view. So if you haven't seen part 1, the link should be on screen right about now. I would suggest viewing that first, or this video might not make a whole lot of sense. But let's go over a brief recap of part one. First, I made my character a thief named Neon Peon. Then I explained my strategy of being as stingy with my gold as possible, like Uncle Scrooge here, in order to accumulate wealth, including using the starting weapon, which is a big fat stick, for longer than most people would be considered to be sane, probably. Then we played days 1 and 2, ascended to level 3 in the process, and we wrapped up just as we beat poor Dionysus here to death with our aforementioned stick. Okay, onward to day 3. All right. Syntax error has attacked me, and I have. Oh, he killed me. Oh no. Okay. That's probably because I have a stick. So let's see. Syntax error has beaten Barak. Blah, blah, blah. People killing each other left and right. Maverick is the guy I usually have to worry about, by the way. He went up a couple levels. He's the only guy who, I won't say the only guy. He's the guy who gives me the most difficulty. He's the strongest competitor, I guess I would say. Just knowing this particular server well enough, this particular BBS. 263 experience needed to level up. And as you can see, I am kind of, yeah, I'm in the upper echelon here of standings, and most of these players probably already played during the day, so a pretty good place to be in. Now, as you have a ton of experience, as you are like on the upper echelon, you are more of a target, to be clear. Anyway, let's kill some stuff. Redneck. What if you got against rednecks? Come on. Black Owl. So yeah, so most of the fights in this game, and the game has been criticized for this, you're mostly just hitting the A button to attack. Somehow I don't mind it because they're so quick, and there is this sense of you have to keep on your toes. You have to watch for these tougher enemies of the level. You have to be aware. You can't just mindlessly press A completely, in my opinion. But there are some people who prefer other BBS games that kind of take the, oh, look what we're doing here. Let me finish my sentence first. So some people like games that kind of take the structure of a Lord type of game, but they have more tactical combat or more options that you can do in combat. Anyway, I am attacking Mr. Magic here because he's in the field, an easy target, and he will boost me closer to leveling up. He has a stick as well. We are matching stick wielders. I got 2 gems from him and 42 experience points. So now I can trade in a gem, get some more vitality. Again, that just kind of softens the blows that you are dealt in all combat. Two-headed Rottweiler. There's so many misspellings in this game. They wrote Rottweiler. Rottweiler. Black Owl. Okay, so I am ready to attack my trainer. Can I do it with only a stick? That's the question. Staring at the standings is my favorite hobby. I'm still playing back the speed a little bit on the low side. So as we advance, I will probably speed it up. It's like 80% of the regular speed. Okay, we're fighting Aragorn. It's a close match here, but he missed me completely, and then I finished him. So I am now level 4. Knowing myself, I'm probably going to look at the standings now just so I can see myself at level 4. Be like, haha, look how good I am. No, I did not do that. Mudman, he is one of the tougher guys on level 4. He's usually not going to kill you, but he can. Oh, looks like we got another dead bird with a scroll situation. I don't think I know at this moment which castle has the the princess who is to be wed. So I think it's a random guess here, which means 1 in 5 chance. Most likely, I'm not going to make it. Went to Penyon Manor. Maybe that was my last tip. Nope. Yeah, actually, to backtrack a little bit, I think it's only the tip that you receive from Olivia, the headless woman. Only I think it only applies for that day, and I did not receive any such tip in this day. Anyway, You see two beautiful women playing chess. Hello, ladies. Which one of you needs rescuing? You ask politely. Well, I kind of asked, you know, like a like a douche, like a jerk. Uh, you ask politely. Neither, they chime. You scratch your chin in confusion. Really, that's how you spell confusion. So where is the damn damsel in distress? At this moment, a messenger burst through the broken doorway. My friends, I bear terrible news. Penyon Manor has been attacked. Your father, the king, is dead. The messenger is now audibly sobbing. Oh yeah, what did I say? I have to go now, basically, something like that. All right, moving on. Give a gem to these people. Cool. Upgrading our thieving skill level. Here we are at the tavern, taking a look at the chat wall. Nothing interesting, really. Here's the old man's rankings. I have 3 player kills and a lay, so I would say I'm doing the best as far as these rankings. The old man rankings that don't really mean a lot. For some reason, I'm not at the top. You would think I guess it just sorts by lays, and then it doesn't sort by anything else. So I guess there's some creepy old man in a tavern in the woods who keeps track of how often everybody gets laid. Apparently, I wouldn't want to meet him in the woods. Mudman, ultra sneaky move. By the way, something I haven't confirmed, but I think if you really overkill somebody or use like another gem, cool, another skill class upgrade. Yeah, I think if you overkill someone, like you use a skill or just get lucky with a power move, and you bring them really far into the negatives, I think you tend to get more what is it? I think you're more likely to get a gem. So I think it's something I haven't even confirmed, but it seems to be the case. So I often, if I have a lot of skills to spare, like later on, right now I don't, but if I have a lot of skills to spare, I will often use them just so I can maximize my chances of getting gems. A huge black bear is a little bit of a tough guy on level 4 too. That looks like the day right here. Well, the main forest fight part of the day. But we have yet to hear Seth Abel. We have yet to flirt, etc. Jenny Garth code. We're going to call her lady again to get some gold. Again, it is 1,000 times the level. So in this case, it was 4,000. Now I have 30,000 gold, and if I wanted to, I could buy a huge axe. I hear Seth Abel and get 2 more forest fights for the day. Evil wood nymph. Once again, I can give a gem to the thieves. Very nice. A rabid wolf. Blah, blah, blah. Get a gem. See, if you look right there, that was one example. It seems like if you finish off an enemy very hard by using a skill or you get a power move by being lucky, you seem to get a gem a lot more often. So that's what happened just here. Okay, what are we doing now? Another elixir to upgrade our vitality. 32k in the bank. I am pretty much at the top of here. I'm second from the top, technically. Here we go. Here's some advice. By the way, Maverick, he knows the game and he's offering some advice. He says, guys, staying in the inn early this game, it just slows everybody's leveling. Generally best not to stay at the inn when the game first starts so that the XP pool grows. Man, I usually don't follow his advice. He's saying he wants to get everybody trading XP back and forth faster by people not going in the inn. I find I like to stay alive and not lose my XP, even though it costs some gold to stay at the inn. But I get where he's coming from for sure. Maverick's the one who beat me in the first tournament I played on Realm of Serion BBS. And then I won the second and third, and this is the 4th tournament you are witnessing right now. Come on. Please continue. Okay. So, syntax error is above me. I am the highest in level, though. Somebody's going to attack me later. And if I don't upgrade weapon or armor, I'm pretty sure I'm going to die, but that's okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing to design this game. You just lose 10% of your experience. You lose money on hand. You don't want to keep money on hand usually. I do believe you lose gems. Kind of surprising myself. I really, Going into the inn without having tried oh, I slaughtered somebody earlier. That's right. I was gonna say, how come I'm not killing anybody? But I slaughtered somebody earlier in order to accelerate my advancement to level 4. But it looks like I forgot something. I forgot to flirt with a violet. I am winking again, and I received 20 experience. All right, so now it's probably time for the inn, and thus concludes day 3 in our Lord's tournament. And now it's day 4. Good morning, everyone. Let's admire the ANSI artwork for a moment. I do like the ANSI artwork. By the way, let me pause. I was trying to see if there's any info here that might be useful to look at. This is probably the latest version of Lord that ever came out, at least the official Lord, and it's from the year 2000. I played mostly in the 90s, like the mid 90s. So when I started replaying this one, there was some new stuff to learn. For example, the castle where you choose the princess, that wasn't there, and Olivia, the head, was not there. And by the way, you have to win. I think the criteria to win this particular tournament are you beat the dragon 3 times. So you go from level 1 to 12, then you beat the dragon at level 12, and repeat 2 more times, and that player is considered the winner of the tournament. I forget if I said that earlier. Another thing I forgot to mention, I am in high spirits. It tells you when you start the day. I am in high spirits today. And all that means is if you're in high spirits, you can use the Jenny code. Pretty sure that's what it means. Okay, so here I am in the standings. I'm going to turn up the game speed a little bit, if you don't mind. Okay, we're doing the natural speed. This is the speed I recorded at. Let's kill a Death Jester. Heal up. And as I said before, I'm probably just going to accelerate the speed as we go, and maybe just pause at more, more interesting moments. Did not have a gem to give to the thieves there. Oh, here we go with the bird. Dead bird with a scroll like in Monty Python and the Holy Grail again. I picked the first option. Uh-oh. This is a failure. Let's read it. The door swings wide open. The room is empty, save a giant chest in the middle. Hello, anybody home? You call softly. You jump in surprise when you hear a voice answer from the chest. Help me, I'm in here. I wrote the note, the voice pleads. How did you write the note from in there? You wonder out loud. Never mind that, just help me. Fine, you open the chest. Surprisingly, there is not a fair maiden inside. Instead, you find a. Oop. Sorry, I didn't pause fast enough. So rewinding a little bit. You find, my God, a hole, a rahal, a half human, half troll woman. No, you scream. You are violated by this hairy beast. Again, this game has some kind of a weird, sleazy, adultish stuff going on. I guess that's another instance of it. Apparently, she needs love like anyone else. You weakly crawl away from her sometime later. And you can see I have 16 hit points now, so it's not usually a problem to get hurt as long as nothing kills you, because you can always heal up immediately after, unless you're poor. Rabid wolf, no problem. Need 2451 more experience to level up. Let's see what I can pick on. Hey, there's Maverick. Should I pick on Maverick? I guess we're going to defer until the end of the day, probably. Now, if I had seen some obvious target who would take me close to or above the level threshold, the experience threshold needed to level up, I probably would have slaughtered the person right then and there. So here I am pondering targets. I do that a lot. I just kind of like to see where things are, try to form an idea of, who looks like the one to target. Or also, I just kind of admire my place in the standings. Here's a huge black bear. See, I used a special skill because it was hitting me pretty hard. I didn't want to take a risk and die. Look, we got our first somewhere magic has happened. Let's rewind our moment. Somewhere magic has happened. That's what I'm saying is you want to maximize the amount of that you can happen in the game, that you can find in the game. Somewhere magic has happened. That's when you listen to Seth Abel the Bard. I've said this before. I'll keep saying it. Look, I doubled my money just because I listened to Seth Abel the Bard, and now I was saying a moment ago, maybe I want to spend the 30,000 gold on like, getting a huge axe or something like that. But you can see I have, first of all, I'm getting along just fine as far as fighting stuff. And now you can see I have 79,878 gold, a lot more. Because the doubling is huge. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But now I am selling my stick. It's perfect timing. And buying the huge axe for 30,000. I still have a whopping close to 50k left. And now I'm a little more confident in who I can fight, probably. So Maverick is going down. He has a short sword, easy pickings, probably. Ta-da. Still need 1,802 more experience points. A death dog. And now I will probably find no monsters hard on this level, like the Mudman and the other one, the huge black bear. Neither of them is going to give me difficulty because I have a huge axe at this point. You can never say never, but I would think it would be very rare for them to give me an issue. I spent gems to upgrade Vitality again, fighting Mr. Mudman again. Another dead bird with a scroll. Let's go to Fortress Lytics. By the way, you can see let's rewind a moment. If you find multiple of these events in a day, what you can do is try a different castle because I think I tried Coldrake last time, Castle Coldrake. And because that was not the one I wanted, that one had the hole in it, the one who violates you. But so now I can just try another one. It's not going to be Castle Coldrake anymore today. Pretty sure that's how it works. So I usually just start at the top and work my way down if I'm randomly guessing. So I'm going to Fortress Lytics right now. The door swings wide open. Oh, is this one again? Which one of you needs rescuing? So fail. And now if I find a third option, I will take the third. Young wizard. The poor young wizards never cause any trouble. They don't live very long. Jenny code. Now I'm going for Babe. So I get an extra forest fight. As you saw before, I was using Lady, which gives you 1,000 times level gold. I think I decided I want to experience a little bit more, so I chose Babe and got an extra forest fight. And also a forest fight, assuming you don't die, it's also extra gold or an opportunity to get something else if you're lucky. Forest fights are kind of what drive you forward mainly, drive the whole game basically. By the way, some sysops, aka admins, they will, you can configure how many forest fights are in a day. And what I found, because I used to be a sysop who ran Lord tournaments. By the way, that was the end of the day, around day 4. Let me finish my sentence though. A lot of the people, the users, are like, crank it up all the way to 99, baby, or something really high like that. And while that lets you play the game for longer each day, I think it's usually better to go on the lowish side. So it makes for more interesting gameplay, in my opinion. And you're not just spending 20 minutes a day just in forest fights. Anyway, that was the end of day 4, right? Onward to day 5. How many days are in this tournament? Well, you'll have to see. Oh, looks like syntax error killed me despite my huge axe. Now, it doesn't really matter too much if you get killed a lot. You can make up for it. You don't consider that every time you break into somebody's room at the end to fight them, you spend money. And the experience kind of gets moved back and forth and amplifies because the victor in a player battle, gets half of the loser's experience, and the loser only loses 10%. So if me and another guy go back and forth a few times, it just kind of amplifies both of our experience. But I can also just die like 5 times in a row, and then I kill him once, and I'm making out really well too, and I'm not spending quite as much gold as he was. So I usually try to find a nice, good target in the fields first. But that's not always going to happen. Sometimes it's definitely better to attack in the inn, especially later in the game. Oh, hold on, rewind. Later in the game, the cost to to bribe the guy at the inn is a lot less. So I'll rewound a bit because I want to show you this is a crucial event in the game. Not this specific one at this time, but in general, extra special event. You find some fairies. Your journey is interrupted by the sound of many tiny voices squealing in delight. It seems you've come across a group of fairies bathing. So this is your chance to get what's basically an extra life, and if you catch a fairy, and that's really good because when you're fighting the dragon at level 12, that immensely improves your odds of beating the dragon because you get 2 lives in one. Also, you can ask for a blessing and get cool stuff. So if you don't really need the extra life too badly, and I believe it only lasts till the end of the day, it can be good to just ask for a blessing. You are noticed. The small things encircle you. A small wet female bangs your shin. How dare you spy on us, human? You can't help but smile. The defiance in her silvery voice. I don't think I gave her a silvery voice per se. Anyway, the defiance in her silvery voice is truly a delight, truly a sight, you think to yourself. Further contemplation is interrupted by another sharply painful prod. Yeah, so if you ask for a blessing, you can actually get a really good event as well, which is a horse. If you get a horse, you get a bonus to your forest fights every day, and also it'll take a hit for you. So that can be very good too. And there's also some kind of minor bonuses you can get for asking a blessing. So I asked for a blessing. Bless me, you implore the small figure. Very well, she agrees. But we're still angry at you. Your blessing is a kiss from Tisha. This is like the worst one. A fairy near her wordlessly upstretches its arms to you. The kiss is strangely fulfilling. You're refreshed. I'm pretty sure that means you just get fully healed, but I always fully heal before each fight, so I'm not even totally sure. I think that's what it means. It's like after each fight you gotta heal up. There's like pretty much no reason not to. Unless you could theoretically not spend on healing if you think you're going to encounter something that will refresh you, but that's so uncommon that you can never really depend on it. Anyway, I guess we just finished our main batch of 20 forest fights for the day. Now we're going to do the Jenny code. She's a babe. I got an extra forest fight. I found 6,300 gold from the forest fight, and I killed an old man? Killed something. Extra user battle from Seth Abel the Bard. That was the magical effect for the day. And I know I'm going to repeat this a lot, but you always have to make sure you get to listen to Seth Abel the Bard every day, just because you need to maximize the chances of somewhere magic happened, aka the money doubler. That's just so huge in this game. Hoarding the money and maximizing the amount of times you can double it is amazing. And also the 10% interest a day is great, so you want to maximize that. Okay, I winked at Violet. I'm 792 experience away from the next level, level 5. Do I slaughter somebody today? What shall we do today? Shall we slaughter somebody? You can do online fights in this game too, if 2 players are online at the same time. Okay, I did not slaughter somebody, it looks like. Onward to day 6. Shep has killed me. Damn you, Shep. Bunch of people killing each other, leveling up, as is typical in the logs for the day. Now I need 1112 experience to level up because I lost some due to Shep killing me. Creepy event is Olivia the bodiless woman. And I got her to tell me that the castle to choose in case of that event about the princess that is Ganon Keep today. Is it a reference to Zelda? Who knows, maybe. Short Goblin, Mudman. Again, you can see I did a lot of damage and got a gem in the process. Couldn't quite catch it if it was a power move or a thieving skill that I used. I am down 1 thieving skill, I think, so it was probably a thieving skill. Well, I'm not sure, do I have 2 uses or 1? Kind of lost track of that. Mud balls. He hits you with his mud balls. That time I used a ultra sneaky move, aka the thieving skill, and I don't think I got a gem. Huge black bear. That time I hit the Mudman once and brought him down to 1 hit point, but I did not quite finish him. His mud balls were still alive. Let's see. Anything else interesting happening here? Looks like it's probably just a bunch of standard fights. Oh, another dead bird with a scroll. This time I know the name of the castle. It is Ganon Keep. Oh, but you can. Is that your bed? And I got 12 gems. Nice. That's the main bonus of this. So I got 6 upgrades to vitality right there, which is very nice. And I still have 1 gem left over in case I find the thieves in the forest. 61 more experience need. I'm getting close. Get 1 more forest fight. That might push me over the edge, this 1 forest fight. 61 away. But I decided to flirt with Violet first. I only got 20 though. So I need 40, 41? Got some money. All right, now I can probably level up. I didn't quite catch the numbers yet. Seth Abel, money doubler again. Now I'm at 265,000 gold. So that is really good right there. Once again, it pays off to hoard your money. Don't spend it carelessly, because now I've got so much money I can, if I really wanted to, I could buy like, I'm not going to do this because, like I said, I don't follow the approach of money's burning a hole in my pocket, better spend it. But what I could do is I could buy the 150 gold, say, weapon, and the 150k gold weapon and the 100k armor. That's what I'm trying to say. Could have done that. I'm not gonna. I withdrew 1600, so I guess I'm just going to the inn. And that would end day 6 on to day 7. Hello, dragon. The top of your head is cut off. Okay, nobody killed me. All right, we don't know that yet. Now we do. Okay. High spirits again. Anything interesting here? Not really. I can level up now. I decided to save it to the next day. I guess because being a higher level than other people tends to make you more of a target. That's probably why I did it. I found 3 gems. They misspelled weird in the weird event. Silent death. He's silent but deadly. Silent death is one of the more dangerous ones on level. What are we at? 5. Silent death hits pretty hard. Every monster in this game, it's kind of like you. You have an attack, and defense, and a hit points. So some of them, over time, you learn how they are over time. Some of them just do a lot of damage but don't have a lot of hit points. Some, some are kind of both. And many of the levels have something that's like a giant pile of hit points, but it barely hurts you at all. Anyway, another fairy encounter. What shall we do? I don't know what I'm gonna do here actually. I ask for a blessing. Your blessing is, oh, that's very good. Let's rewind a moment. I want to read that to you. It looks like I found a horse. Horse is the best blessing outcome in my opinion. Your blessing is a companion for your travels. A pure white mare nudges your back. You feel the day grow longer. So you get extra forest fights, which is very helpful. And sometimes you get a free kill out of it because what happens is somebody kills your horse instead of you, and then you get into like a psycho rage and you kill the monster immediately. Anyway, we have Olivia, the bodiless woman. This time we find it's at Dema's lair. Jabba the Hutt, perhaps? Clancy, son of Emperor Len. Emperor is spelled wrong. I'm just gonna point out all the misspellings because I'm like that. George of the Jungle. It's so weird the random monster names. Got George of the Jungle. Some of them are totally non-serious, and some of them are serious. Oh, this one, the dwarf game. I don't usually play this. It's a game of chance where you can win, I think, money, but I usually skip it. Silent Death. Should have enough gems to trade into and get the vitality upgrade. There we go. By the way, also when you're on horseback, you can go to the Dark Cloak Tavern on demand anytime you want, which is mostly useful if you want to change your class. So you can change your class to start um, training in another skill. I usually start with thieving for a while until I get the mastered level of that, and then I switch to mystical skills. Mystical skills has a lot of different skills to it. It has a very weak attack, but better than your regular attack, and that's called Pinch Real Hard, as well as some other stuff. It can be crucial for beating the dragon sooner than other players. I rewound because I want to show you the horse death. So the bald Medusa killed my horse. Prepare to die, fool, bald Medusa screams. He takes a death crystal from his cloak and throws it at you. Your horse moves its huge body to intercept the crystal. Your horse is vaporized. It's funny because this this crystal only appears. The death crystal only ever comes when you have a horse, and the horse saves you from it. Tears of anger flow down your cheeks. Your valiant steed must be avenged. You pummel bald Medusa with blows. A few seconds later, your adversary is dead. So I've seen I was reading this wiki about Lord that's pretty good. I should post a link in the description. But if you try to make it so you have a horse when you, I think it's when you fight the dragon, the final boss, uh, you can automatically kill the dragon. I'm pretty sure. I haven't done this, but I read about it. So what you can do is try to make sure you have a horse before fighting the dragon. And then it's like each time it hits you, there's a chance that it'll kill the horse, which causes you to automatically kill the enemy. So apparently you can try to even control that in a sense by doing everything you can to get a horse. Babe, extra forest fight. And to do that, you would have to choose not to try to capture a fairy. Capturing a fairy is usually the better option because with a fairy, you have an extra life against the dragon or anybody really. But I guess if you're going for the dragon, you would probably look. I killed Deer God here because he was just sitting in the field. He was an easy target. I picked on him. Let me just review that. I rewound again. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, well, I have a fight to use. I might as well use it. I'm only getting 7 experience. I almost typed beer god. That would be my kind of god. Okay, I think I got an extra fight. I don't know if I actually use one here. I guess I'm surveying the land. I could go for the level 6 guy at the top. Tentacle, perhaps. I'm still using a leather vest. Probably not going to be able to do that. Unless I decide to upgrade here. But as I mentioned before, I make my upgrades very large and infrequent. And again, I think that's pretty much my whole secret to success. Sometimes you sacrifice in the short term. You might have some less success in the short term because now I can't make a big attack against say Tentacle with my leather vest because that's a really weak armor at this point. So I have to stand down for a while probably. Though I'm not really sure what I do here. I'm assuming I don't actually attack somebody else. Yep, I'm just getting the gold, 2,000 for the inn, and then that will be the end of what are we at? Day 7? I should try to remember better. The end of day 7 and onward to day 8. I think this is my favorite ANSI intro, the red one. Okay, a bunch of killing and stuff again. Now we have a bunch of people at level 6. Magic. I can kill magic in the fields and get a little bit of experience. And it looks like I am going to Seth Abel at the beginning of the day because I am planning to do a perhaps dangerous attack. So what did I just do here? Okay, I'm selling my huge axe and now I have, oh, that's funny. I'm buying a power axe. I didn't think I usually made that. I guess I do. Yeah, I do. I go to the 200s, right? So I'm going from, if you remember in the intro, I said I go from stick A to huge axe B. I guess power axe is my next one, C. Yeah, that rings a bell, actually. For a moment, I thought it was Abel's sword for some reason, but power axe. So now I'm going to have a power axe. Wait, did I buy armor? I kind of went through it fast. Let me rewind. Yeah, it looks like I bought two things. I bought Armor of Death for 200,000 as well as the power axe for 200,000. So that means I won't have much money left. And if I do get a money doubler, it won't be very productive. But I am probably a lot stronger than everyone else at the moment. And now I suspect I'm going to attack Mabel level 6. Cost 8,000 to bribe, so now I'll take out the 8,000 from the bank. Okay, Mabel, you're going down. Here's everybody at the inn. Oh, I'm attacking. Oh, yeah, look at that. Maverick has a lot more experience, actually. I didn't notice that at first. So even though Mabel's level 6, Maverick is he has higher experience and he's at the same level. Being at the same level is not necessarily better though, because I cannot use any special skills. Because that's the rule. You can only use them on greater level people, I think. I'm doubting myself. Can you do it on the same level too? Anyway, he might be equally matched to me actually, because he has a power axe too. But let's see what happens. Okay, so he hit me. He surprised me. He surprised me, so he got the first hit. But he only did 12 damage. I suspect my armor is kind of strong compared to his, but we'll see. Then I hit him once for 63. He came back for 41. Considering the 63 was not a power move, I suspect I will kill him with the next hit. Nope, I did a low hit this time, 16 and 22. It's kind of very close. If I don't kill him in this next hit, like say I do 16 again, I might die. But it looks like I did 21, so I just barely killed him. Looks like I got a little bit lucky, actually. Now, Maverick, I kind of think he does the same kind of strategy I do, so that's why he was kind of an equal match for me, or very close to it. Because I've seen how well he plays. He's always the guy giving me trouble more than anybody else, generally. I just leveled up to level 6. And since it's the beginning of the day, I can do a lot of forest fights at level 6, and I'll be more productive getting more experience in gold than I would have at level 5. Trade in some gems. So this guy, I'm surprised I didn't actually encounter this at all yet so far. It's a pretty common event. You come across an old man. He seems confused and asks if you would direct him to the inn. You know that if you do, you will lose time for one fight today. Yeah, so basically it comes down to he gives you gold for guiding him to the inn, but you lose a forest fight. So it's kind of like you think, what's the average gold I'm going to get from a regular forest fight? And is it worth it? Don't remember offhand. It's like, it depends on the level. I think it's basically at a lower level, it's worth it. At a higher level, it's not. However, even at a lower level, if you want to get experience in addition to the gold, then that's something else you have to consider. You don't get experience from the old man here. So I got 3,000 gold and also charm. That's another thing I should mention, charm. Charm is what lets you flirt with Violet better, basically. So I have a little more charm. Here's Bellar. He's one of the tougher guys on this level. He's not giving me an issue though. And again, I found the old man, got some money, and my charm went up by 1, so that's good. Another dead bird with a scroll. I think I just have to guess. So I will start with, nope, I picked Damon's Lair. I think I wasn't sure if the last tip for Damon's Lair would still apply, but that was yesterday, I believe. So I did not rescue the princess. Black Soul. Trading some gems. I know I go through pretty fast. You can always pause if you want to see something. And here, as you've seen a million times, if I see anything interesting worth noting, I will pause or rewind as needed. But here we are at the Dark Cloak Tavern. I don't think there's anything to do here. Here's the rankings. It looks like Maverick is in the lead because he gets laid more than anybody else. And the player kill leader is, however you say that, Phalanxoponopolis. Ronnie Forge, Troubled Belargamin, a Raging Lion, Screaming Zombie, Bellar, Satan's Helper. That reminds me of Santa's Little Helper. I think in an early Simpsons episode, maybe even the first one, somebody misread his name and said Satan's Little Helper. Huge Stone Warrior. Okay, that's our forest fight. We already did a player fight, right? It looks like I'm happy with my ranking. Flirt with Violet. Now I can do Kiss because I have enough charm, so I get more experience that way. And it looks like I can go to level 7 if I want. So the question is, do I want to? Because, well, I guess I do want to. If I'm level 7, I will be more of a target. So let me pause and explain what my thought process usually is. If I have at the end of the day enough experience to level up, it depends, but generally I would consider what are my chances of beating the master. Is it going to be risky because I'm a little bit underpowered, or do I have really good weapon and armor? And I think right now I have really good weapon and armor, so I decided to just go for it, I guess. Actually, I think I might have that backwards. If you're not sure if you can beat him, then you want the 2 chances, right? You try at the end of the day, so that in case you fail, you can try again at the start of the next day. That way, you have more opportunities. The worst situation is when you want to be level, say 7, but you're stuck at level 6, and you're only getting the rewards from fights of a level 6 kind of scale. So, I guess what I'm getting at is here. I thought I wanted to try to get to level 7 now because I wasn't sure if I could beat the master. That's kind of how I usually think. So I'm assuming that's what I was thinking at the time. However, maybe I was inviting to be a target. Maybe I wanted people to go, hey, he's level 7, let's try to kill him. It's possible I was thinking that because I was cocky in my current strength, having good weapon and armor, basically. Or maybe it was just that I squeezed in one forest fight for level 7 by using the Jenny code to get one forest fight. So that the value of that one forest fight was more than it would have been at level 6. And it's time to go to the end. End of day 8. And now we're on day 9. Does anybody attack me? I'm sure somebody attacked me here. Somebody has to have attacked me. Yep, Maverick attacked me and killed me. So now I'm questioning, was it really worth, if my thought process was correct, was it really worth the extra value in that one forest fight to be attacked and killed? Maybe that wasn't the best option. Fallen Angel. I used a skill there because it hit me fairly hard as a surprise attack, so I wasn't sure if I was going to survive. And I chose to use a. Well, let's look at this. If you don't, when you're at Olivia, right, the head lady. What did I do here? Ask for a kiss. You pick Olivia up by the ears and kiss her soundly. You leave in high spirits. Yeah, because in the start of the day I had low spirits. High spirits you have high spirits more often, but low spirits. If you are in low spirits, you can get in high spirits by doing just this. And what that does is it lets you use the Jenny code. If you're not in high spirits, you can't use the Jenny code for the day. And that's good because you can get a bonus forest fight. That's typically what I do, or as you've seen earlier, at the beginning of the game, I might do the code for getting some gold because the gold choice is more valuable at the lower levels. Emperor Len, Gath the Barbarian, another dead scroll. So I did not learn which castle it is because I chose to get the kiss. So I have to guess here. Coldrake, is Coldrake correct? Oh, but you can. Is that your bed? So it was correct, and I got 21 gems. Wow. So that's a huge bonus, right? So I was able to get 10 vitality upgrades. And again, what that means is every hit will have 10 hit points subtracted to it for the entire game, basically. Or until I wrap around to level 1 after beating the dragon. So I just fought Goliath, who is, I think, one of the harder guys at level 7, if not the hardest. I used a thieving move on Goliath that time. Here we have the massive dinosaur. He's like the giant pile of hit points of this level. Most of the levels, they have one guy who doesn't really hurt you too hard, but he has a lot of hit points. And Nighthawk is kind of a dangerous one too. He does a lot of damage. Wicked Wombat. Okay, we're in third place going by this ranking. This ranking is totally by experience points, by the way. Go away dwarf fights the massive dinosaur. Goliath use a thieving skill. And I am out of fights. Use the babe code to get one extra forest fight. The Swiss Butcher, he can be a little bit annoying too. I'm starting to get into the area where it's like actually dangerous level wise. It's like seven and on is when it starts to get a little bit like you actually have to be concerned about survival. An extra user battle. Now, do I use it? I don't know. 35 5K gold in the bank. Flirt with Violet. Kiss her hand. Receive 70 experience. As you can see, pretty much the entire top half of the rankings is thieves. Below that, you have some Death Knights and mystical skill people. So I think that's a hint about not necessarily how how thieves perform, but how advanced player or experienced players tend to choose the thief. It's like thieving skill is definitely the best choice, I think. Some argue mystic, but I don't think that alone would necessarily account for an entire block of thieves at the top. So I'm fighting Demeeb, another player. Sorry, I was talking. I didn't quite catch it. Did I find him in the inn? Yeah, it looks like I bribed the innkeeper. It cost me 11.2k. And I withdraw 11.2k to go for the kill. He is the top player experience wise in the inn, so I killed him. It looks like with relative ease. Gained 53k experience. Heal up. Now let's check out the rankings. Looks like I'm fighting the boss actually, going to level 8. All right, we're number 1 for now. I'm admiring my character stats. RR. I had a little bit of a, I don't know what I was doing there, mashing on the wrong keys or something. I do that from time to time. Okay. Now, once again, I suspect I am a target. Here it is, day 10. Who kills me or tries to? Maverick, he did it again, that Maverick. He is happily humming, oops, I did it again. Now we are at level, what did I say, 8? I think we're at level 8. Part of this game is knowing which monsters on each level will give you trouble. The baby dragon, he is again the pile of hit points that doesn't actually hurt you. Werewolf is not really dangerous usually. Baby dragon, never dangerous. You just carve through the hit points and win. Here we go, another baby dragon. It's like free money and experience practically. Werewolf. Death Knight, you can do a little damage if I recall. Yeah. Here we are, the thieves. We give them a gem, upgrade our thieving skills, fight a baby dragon again. Death Knight again. Keep on going with level 8 monster, the Screeching Witch. She has a spell of ice. I like how each enemy has its own weapon. I need a lot more experience at this point. I need 258k more. Rundorig is one of the tougher ones at this level. Seem to recall I get killed by Rundorig once in a while. Here we go, Olivia. Dama's Lair is the place. One thing I haven't talked about, I think it's probably obvious, but you don't want to die in the forest, especially, like if you have a lot of forest fights left, because again, that is one of the main drivers of your advancements. You get experience and gold with every fight, and you find other cool stuff too. So if you die when there's 10 fights left, that's 10 wasted opportunities, and that's usually more hurtful than the fact that you lose 10% of your experience, and also that you lose all your gold on hand. You should pretty much never have gold on hand unless you're sloppy. You want to deposit it in the bank pretty much all the time. I mean, you could make an argument that if you want to gamble your gold at Dark Cloak Tavern or whatever, you should have some on hand all the time. That's not what I do. It's time for Babe. Hey, Jenny Garth, the Babe. Extra Forest fights. I think Jenny Garth was she on 90210? I think yeah, the era sounds about right. So this game was originally from 89, but the Jenny code, I think 89, but the Jenny code was probably added in a later version. And I guess Seth Abel really liked Jenny Garth from 90210. So probably around like what, 92 or something. When did that show come out? Sometime in I think the early or whoa, Run the Reg almost gave me trouble there. But anyway, 90210, I guess probably from something like 92 or 93. Yeah, so I'm at level 8. I am not the top in experience. I am the top in level, though. Checking the daily happenings. Keeping my eye on Maverick, I'm sure. I'm sure if that's what I was doing here. Wonder how many people flirt with Violet in a day. 844k. That's how much gold I've got in the bank. Here I am, trying to withdraw from the bank, but I'm entering 12,800 at the prompt, the main prompt. That's pretty funny. I am going to kill Dimib. Why did I choose him? Let's take a look. Rewinding a little bit. Guess I thought he was the best target, obviously, but being level 8. Why did I kill him? I could have killed Shep. Oh, I'm in the inn. That's why I thought it was in the fields. So in the inn, you can only attack somebody the same level or one lower or higher. So Dimmy is one level lower. Shep is two levels lower, therefore I can't attack him. It's not allowed. The innkeeper will be like, wait, I won't let you pick on somebody that much weaker, but I'll let you murder somebody else. It has to be kind of a fair fight, though, right? He's got a power axe too. Look at that. A lot of missing happening. He's missing me a lot, especially. 34, sorry, 54.5K experience from that. Still need 173K more. I guess I think it's 400,000 experience you need, something like that, to get to level 9. Returning to the mundane world. Day 11. High spirits, you strap your power axe to your back and head out to the town square, seeking adventure, fame, and honor. Maverick has killed me again. No, Maverick. Now I'm at 196K until the next level, because Maverick keeps knocking me down. Curse you, Maverick! King Vidion, he's the boss of this level. As you can see, I ran away from him. I don't always run from him, not even close. But I guess I ran that time and he hit me though. I guess I'm feeling I'm not ready to fight him. I'm not quite sure what's going on in my head. I remember this is a year later that I'm recording this audio. Okay, let's see if I find the right castle. No, I do not. Just to be consistent with my naming typos, the plural of ladies is Ladies, not Ladys. Maybe we'll actually get all these typos fixed in a new version. I don't think that's actually going to happen. King Vidion, I ran again. I think he's just too risky. I'm finding him so much. Like when I play this game, I usually play a lot. I play every day. I might play several tournaments in succession, and you kind of just get this real feel for stuff. You don't have the numbers in front of you necessarily, but you have a real feel for when I fight King Vidion and I have the power axe and the armor of death, I usually lose or there's a significant risk of losing, so I'm not going to fight him at all. This time I guessed Penyon Manor. Oh, I guessed correct. Hooray! Let's see how many gems I get. 24, not bad. Oh, I think I just cracked the formula. I think it's 3 times your level in gems that you get. So being level 8, I got 24, and last time I got 21. So I was probably level 7 at the time. Oh, it looks like Rundorig killed me. I remember this moment. I rarely die from the monsters. I try to do everything I can to have that not happen. Sometimes it just happens. He got lucky and got a power move, which is basically like a critical hit. Knocked me down by 284. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong numbers. I rewound a little bit. Let's see what happened. Instant replay of the Rundorig fight. So first I dished out 163. It dished out only 52, not too bad. Then 138 and 80. Yeah, I should use the thieving skill right here, but hindsight and all that. But yeah, so I had 213, and I probably figured I'm fine if he did a normal hit around 80 again. But no such luck. He got a power move and did like triple that, 242. So I died due to the Rundorig. I lost 10% of experience. And even worse, opportunity. I lost the opportunity to finish my forest fight and to hear Seth Abel the Bard. So day 12. I can see somebody else was killed by King Vidion. He's a nasty one at level 8. Screeching Witch. What do you think? Should it be time to turn up the speed a little bit? I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit. Not too much. We're going to get a little bit faster. We're at 13% faster. And I can just pause and rewind as needed. It looks like as far as the old man's ranking, I'm tied with Maverick for ladies. He has a little bit more player kills. Juan's Beast. There's some character named Juan, and we don't know what Juan is or Wan, but there's Juan's weapon, there's Juan's Beast. Like Juan's weapon being something you can buy. Okay, we have a fairy situation. What shall we do? I think, obviously I can die in the monster, with the forests because I did just a minute ago, but generally I would lean toward asking for a blessing. Unless I think the risk of dying is strong, or I'm going for the dragon, which is kind of the same thing, the risk of dying is strong, I will instead go for the blessing usually. And that's what I did here. Incredibly sad story. You get some gems, not that great. It's something though. One thing you do a lot of in this game is you accumulate a lot of tiny bonuses that I guess in aggregate could make a difference. Like accumulating gems here and there. Use that run door rig again. Am I wise and I use a thieving skill? I don't. So I think he would have killed me again just then if he had gotten a power move again. Give the thieves a gem. Hooray, hooray. Wan's Beast. Lord Mathis. Got a gem. Lord Mathis attacks me with his fencing sword. I guess it's like a rapier. He must be a fencer of some sort. Here we go. Another dead bird with a scroll. Save. We're going to go to Castle Coldrake and... Oh, wrong one. Hammerstone increases your strength. Screeching Witch screeches. Actually, her attack is not a screech. It's a spell of ice. Fire Orc. Babe. King Vidion is my extra fight. I ran away. I was thinking that I would probably try it anyway because it was basically the last fight. But I probably opted to run just because I did not listen to Seth Abel yet. Or did I? Well, okay, I killed somebody in the field just as a freebie. Kind of lost track if I listened to Seth Abel. I think I got a player battle, didn't I? Or was that the last day? Checking out the standings. Okay, it looks like I'm heading to the inn. Want to check something. Did I have any player fights? No, I did not. Did I listen to Seth Abel? I'll have to pay more attention. You can tell me in the comments if I on day 12 did I go to Seth Abel the Bard. Anyway, it's now day 13. Tentacle attacked me and killed me. No, somebody else got killed by King Vidion. I rewound a little bit so we can see. He is a badass on level 13. Let's see who got killed by King Vidion. Maverick. Maverick got killed by King Vidion. Again, Maverick is I would say he's the one who's about equal to my skill level more than anybody else. Not to talk myself up too much, but he's the one who won in the first tournament I was in on this system, and I think he came in second in both the second and third tournaments that I was in. But he did not run away from King Vidion, so it is easy to get cocky with King Vidion, or just not careful enough, I should say. I found 6 gems randomly. Nice. Werewolf. When I was a kid, I used to like this show on Fox. When Fox was a new channel, it was called Werewolf. It was like a horror TV show. It was pretty cool. But it was only like a half hour, it was your typical half-hour show, but it was like a drama kind of a thing, a serious kind of horror slash drama. So it probably would have been more suitable for an hour-long format. Anyway, back to the point here. Lord. Old man's rankings, nothing interesting there, I guess. Glarg says he sleeps nude under his armor. Okay, good to know. By the way, as you can see there, I want to tell you one little thing I do. It's if I need to get healed, you can just type 1 when you're withdrawing from the bank to get all your money. One of the shortcuts to withdraw all your money. Likewise, when you're depositing. But if you make a mistake and withdraw all your money and then you go get healed, that's fine. If you just like forget to deposit or somehow your connection blows up or something weird like that happens, and that can happen. Like back in the day, I've lost my connection in, via dial-up. Then you have all this money on hand and you can lose it. And if I accidentally left all this money on hand, then I walked into the forest and King Vidion killed me with a surprise attack, that would set me back pretty dramatically. So sometimes what I do is I just avoid hitting the one shortcut altogether. So I'll just say, well, I need to get healed, and I know that usually 9999 will be enough to heal me at this level. So I do that, and you can see I still have 4,000 left, 4,079. So that's not something that usually is a concern, but if you want to like just be extra careful. That probably has happened to me back in the 90s when I played on dial-up BBSs. It's a habit I learned back then. Just be very careful. So here I am contemplating. I'm probably looking up in that wiki that I mentioned whether it's worth getting the gold from the old man or just ignoring him and having the fight. So I just heard Seth Abel and got 3 more fights. I think I did that kind of in the middle of my forest fight at number 10. I had 10 left. I was hedging my bets then because, again, as I said earlier, it's best to maximize money doublers. And if you can do that, number of money doublers as well as the amount of money in your bank. So it's better to do that at the end of the day. But if you think there's some real risk of you dying before you get to that point, then, maybe do it at the beginning if there's heavy risk. If there's a moderate amount of risk, my style is to hedge my bets and maybe do it around halfway. Listen to the bard at about halfway. Because, anytime you lose, listen to Seth Abel. It's a nice roll of the dice that you're missing. You're missing a roll of the dice that could have a really strongly positive outcome. So there is somebody at level 9. Do I try to kill him yet? Looks like I just pick on a guy in the field instead. Magic. And that looks like it is it for me today. Returning to the mundane world. Alright, so that's a wrap on part 2 of my Legend of the Red Dragon playthrough on the Realm of Serion BBS. In this video we've played through days 3 through 13 of this tournament, and we ascended to level 8, as you can see here in the rankings. The top player, Dimmy B, is on level 9, and we are in 5th place according to these rankings. Nobody has killed the dragon yet. It's going to be a little bit of time before we can make that happen. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. So, see you next time at part 3. Take care.